let's bring in Mandy Chan. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Well, thank you for coming. I mean, I'm working on this historical moment in State House. I shot it yesterday.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But right now, let's get into this historic moment.
I say first, thank you for Yi to invite me.
Kathy.
Well, I like to call people
Oh.
last name.
Oh, okay.
It's more formal.
Okay.
Because I'm from the old school, so I don't call people. I call people by last name. So Yi, how are you today? So what can I do for you?
Great, thank you, Mandy, for having me come here. I wanted to talk to you about some of your background and stories relating to film and diversity.
So in other words, I'm gonna tell people how old I am.
You can if you want to.
No, well, I tell you, my background is just like a normal human being. Grew up, as a kid. I had opportunity to kind of go back to Hong Kong. At that time, still Hong Kong, but right now they call Hong Kong China. So I actually start my movie. I don't want to say career. It's just something that I'm interested in, and I got lucky that went into this Hong Kong entertainment field.
I have a question. So, why do you think Hollywood kind of lacks diversity? And to be honest, in a lot of films and TV shows, they star mainly white people, as you've probably noticed. Like, do you think there's a reason for that, or what are your thoughts on that?
You want to know the truth?
Sure, yeah.
It's gonna be hurt.
It's gonna be hurt.
Hurt.
Full? Okay.
Hurtful.
Okay.
Because if you ask me, it's really simple. I'm just giving you a little example. I work in Hong Kong, right? I don't see white people in my movie. It's all Chinese people, right?
Right.
Okay, or Hong Kong people. So when we hire, let's say foreigner, let's say white people.
Right.
So most likely we're gonna beat them up. In martial art movie, of course, So let's say Yi.
But okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a counterpoint to that.
Okay, all right.
Okay. But the thing is, a lot of white people do not grow up in Hong Kong or China. They're foreigners, visitors. But like me, I'm actually from here, like born here. Like I didn't visit from China. Like, I was born in Boston.
Yeah.
So and there's a lot of people like me too, whether they're black or Latino. They were actually born here. Like this is their home. So like I think a lot of people don't appreciate being beaten up like in their home country by white people,
Okay, a lot of time in a movie when you watch, it's more like a dream that replicate life. So if you ask me about how come, in the United States, other diversity is so hard to get into the circle, but to me right now it's happening. The Caucasian group of people that run the Hollywood right now, it's basically they cannot stop the snowball rolling down the mountain.
So you think Hollywood is becoming more diverse, but
well, I tell you, they don't want to, but the world kind of need that.
It does need it, yeah.
Because what happens if you keep showing that, people don't watch anymore. Look at Star Wars. They have to add some other diverse people in that. It's to kind of draw the attention of other diversity. They have to accept that. So let's get back to the I don't know 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that time, Hollywood is basically run by Italians.
Okay.
Okay. If you say really, like how do you know? Okay. Well, let's look at the history. Let's look at Godfather.
Yeah, I mean that's one.
Let's look at Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm just pointing this two person, but there's more Caucasian person that in the movie. If you look back, they're all Italians. So if you ask me, here's the thing, guys. In entertainment business, right? We believe in Chinese is not a healthy business. It's more like a gambling business. Entertainment,
yeah.
So to us.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
So to me, when
in some ways,
when it comes to entertaining,
right,
you're gonna have mafia around. I mean, to me, that's the truth.
Mafia in Hollywood?
Well, Italian mafia, like Godfather. I mean, here's the thing, like they want.
So you mean
or
movies
Scarface,
about
really,
Movies about the mafia?
No,
or...
it's basically when there's entertainment business involved, mafia will be involved.
So you think in Hollywood right now, like the mafia is kind of like a little bit like all white, like...
Well, here's the thing. I mean, even mafia, there's good people and bad people. Even mafia, when we use the mafia, it's not like the Chicago mafia. They come out, start shooting machine gun.
Kind of like a monopoly.
Yes, that's the
okay,
kind
monopoly.
Of word. Yes,
mafia.
But like I said, I'm from old school. I would use those terms.
Yeah, no, that's
really... So here's the thing. When at those kind of days, basically they kind of protect their own market.
Right.
So they don't really want any other ethnicity in it.
Yes, I think that's very central.
But let's get back to Bruce Lee. You seen Green Hornet, right?
Yeah.
I mean the black and white one.
Oh, I'm familiar with
it. So what happened is Bruce Lee is the first person that really go to the Hollywood. That kind of want them to kind of give him opportunity to become the lead.
Bruce Lee, that's true. He was the lead, and he really owned it. Like people respected him.
Well, here's the thing. But let me tell you the inside, like a little bit history about that. So when he go to Hollywood, basically Hollywood look at him is nothing but a Chinese person.
Yeah.
They don't care about his knowledge, whatever.
Right.
So but then later on, because he pushed himself so hard in the news, everything. So the Hollywood cannot refuse.
And I think a lot of it too is like he got so many fans that Hollywood couldn't ignore him anymore because people loved Bruce Lee movies.
But here's the thing, that's how bad they are. Even though Bruce Lee are in the movie that he's helping this blind guy.
Yeah.
Okay? But they have to put a mask on his face.
Because they didn't want people to know he was Chinese.
They don't want him to shine.
Yeah. That is true.
So that's when Bruce Lee saw that, like he's really kind of hurt him.
Yeah.
So that's when he kind of do couple movie in the Hollywood.
Right.
He kind of got married and bring the whole thing back to Hong Kong, and that's when he got it. So when he in here is
when he got big, right?
When he got big is when he go to Hong Kong. The first movie he shot in Thailand.
Right.
So that's kind of like a history. So using that as a theory. So a Asian person have to kind of go back to their country to develop his own thought or whatever to kind of make it big.
Yeah.
It's just that I think it's the timing.
I think time, but also effort, because things don't change naturally. Like people need to push change, because otherwise the status quo keeps happening. Like I think if there weren't a big push for diversity, personally, like I think Hollywood would be happy, like so happy making all white films, having like any Chinese actors cover their faces to hide the fact.
Yep, exactly. So here's what I'm trying to say. Like at this particular decade, it feels like Hollywood cannot protect about their idea anymore because due to the audience outside is getting more diverse.
I hope so.
Well, I tell you.
I mean, it is, but okay. To a point about that. Yeah, I think so too. The audience is getting more diverse, but I'm also kind of afraid that the audience is not caring about diversity or standing up for it as much as it should, because like people seem to be fine until maybe now, hopefully, watching all white films all of the time. You're starting to see more kind of dissent now. Right
now, it's getting more diverse because you have to understand, like I'm looking at the whole big picture.
Yeah.
The economy gets better. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of people that come from outside the United States come in here.
Right.
That once they land, they already speak English.
Yeah.
I mean this decade, but 30 years ago, no.
I don't know. I think it's a kind of a mix. It comes in waves because, like you said, Bruce Lee was big back in the day, and we thought probably back then they're like, oh yeah, diversity is getting big now. Right now, we are seeing some diversity with Black Panther, Wrinkle in Time.
Yep. I want you to say it. I don't want to say it. I want you to say it.
Yeah. But I think...
even president, right?
The president, Obama. President Obama, lots of diversity.
No.
But that's a small, tiny part of it, but the majority is white producers and directors who look around them and they're like, oh yeah, like my white friends and like children and, the people I know are all white. Let's put them in the movie. So that's kind of...
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that we can continue about this diverse thing. So, I mean, down the 80s, like the African American people feel like, hey, it's time for us to kind of showcase our stuff.
Yeah.
But then instead, you know what? I have my own market.
Right.
I build my own market. I create big channel.
Yeah.
See?
And yeah,
See?
the
And
black
then-
community did that very well.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you start seeing all these African American producer.
That's true.
And then you start seeing some movie like all black.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's gonna slowly, gradually, but of course it's not gonna be tomorrow.
And it's not going to be easy either. But it's not just gradual because
Like I said, everything need like a adapted of time.
No, but it's not just time. It's the people. It's not just time. It doesn't happen naturally. Like no one does anything. The natural tendency is for things to stay the same. Why things are changing is because people like you,
Like I said,
actively make it happen. Like these,
that's
black
part
and
of it.
Asian
No,
producers
that's part of it.
do the work to make it happen.
Well, that's part of it.
If you don't do it, then it can't happen.
Well, if I don't do it, I know somehow someone will do it in the future.
Exactly, some people, and it's those key people, those change makers that make a
Well,
difference.
here's the thing. I feel like you're very critical
Right.
about this movie thing. But here's what I'm trying to say. Like everything needs time.
Yeah.
So let's say for our former president, he stayed there for 8 years. I mean, there's some kind of change. At least within this 8 years, that a lot of people recognize African American. So in other words, like you said, like this Black Panther came out. I think you have to credit within this 8 years of what our former president. If he's not there, this movie may not be as
the national mindset, definitely.
yes.
Yeah.
So in other words, a lot of people still make fun of African Americans. Like they would, kind of feel that like I'm very conservative. When I see a black person, like I get scared. No, of course you still have these stuff going on, but like I said, when time go by, when people get more educated, what I mean by that is your country gotta get rich. So like people start getting rich. Like I can honestly tell you, like I don't mean to go on the side.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah,
but it is because to me, in order to get that diverse fit in, first is the language barrier have to be kind of like in the stage of the time that when I see you, like I don't know you, you're from American, we can communicate. I think that's when the time can kind of make
but
the twist.
that already happens though. Like, no, there's a ton of people who are coming here from China and other places who don't speak English. But like people don't realize from other countries that there's already a ton of Asian Americans here who do speak it. So like, and I think creating films, that
No. Don't get me wrong. I understand. I'm pretty sure that you have your own thought because you're still young. I mean, that's good. Like, no. It's like this. Like at least, like I try to persuade you. You still kind of hang on to that. To me, that's.
I just disagree with some
stuff.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. No. I'm saying that when it comes to that kind of like when you say, hey, can a Hollywood production, get some Asian people or to make a movie. Well, sometimes you have to also think about like, will they think of a script like that? Like, why do they want to waste time that I can just think of Superman or Batman that I don't need to think? Like, why do I want to write a special script for just present diverse?
But what if they don't have to write a special script? What if they love Superman, they write Superman, and then they say, hey, let's start, a Korean man as Superman. They don't have to think differently. It's not that much work,
Well,
it's just you have to want to start diversity.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Batman could easily be African American.
Okay,
it's a superhero.
So I tell you, they tried it once. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
They made a movie called Green Hornet, the new version. Mm-hmm. They actually hired a Taiwan top singer to be in it.
Yeah.
So okay, just to kind of take your point out of the equation. So. Excuse me. So I tell you, it's like this, right? I don't think American people pay a lot to invest in that. I think it's more Asian market to invest in that particular movie because they are trying to do that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like they actually like, you know what? You don't want to do it? Okay, I pay a big chunk of money. I want to promote this dude in American movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
that did help a lot. I think the Asian market was kind of the main target audience for that movie.
Yeah, on that. So here's the thing. Another word is when you use those kind of assets,
Yeah.
you have to know like what's the target audience. So
That is true.
So like I said, like
But okay, can I just disagree with you?
of course.
Okay, so yeah, like maybe with Superman, Batman, like the audience, the fans, they think of Batman, Superman as white, so they would be unhappy. But if you take a different story, a different fiction story where, you know, there's no background, like Hollywood just made it up, you can easily star a person of color instead of a white person. If there's no background.
I fully understand where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
but I'm really serious. Like when it comes to business,
Yeah.
people will kind of always think of the short.
The easiest solution.
Yeah,
and the
easy
one that
solution.
makes the most money. But with Incluvie, like the whole point of Incluvie is I realize Hollywood wants to make money. And Hollywood honestly truly believes that people will only watch white people. Maybe with Black Panther they'll start to think differently. With Incluvie, I really want people to, you know, prioritize diversity, because if people only watch movies with diversity, only diverse movies will make money. And if people boycott movies that are racist or harmful for diversity, then Hollywood will lose a lot of money for those movies. And with Incluvie, like I want to push us in the right direction where people care about diversity more, and instead of just ignoring them more.
Like this, I'm as a movie maker or a media creator. Okay, it's like for me, if I'm gonna do something, I mean, right away, of course, I'm gonna ask my friend. Most likely, it's gonna be Chinese. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So the next step is, okay, can I use African American? Can I use Korean? Like, well, that's how I think. Like, and then there's another way I think is like this. Like, let's say I present this script to a person, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if he's black, or he's white, or he's Chinese. So I would say this to her. You know what? This script,
Yeah.
I don't mean intentionally to write like you're Chinese, but I don't really care if you're black, white, or Indian. You still can do that.
Yes, and I love that. Yeah, because people are people. Like,
No,
you don't have
because-
to write it.
See, you
No,
don't
I
understand
agree.
my point, but my point is I try to hard sell my stuff to that person. That's why I say like that.
I
You
know.
understand my point? But
Because you're being resourceful, and that's great. Like I kind of wish other people thought that way, but I think a lot of people are not as open-minded as you.
No,
like you are very open-minded.
no, here's the thing. Open-minded is one thing. Flexibility is another thing. So to me, the reason why I can finish this because I do adapt a lot of flexibility in it. In other
Right.
words, hey, what happened? This guy not here. Hey, what happened? She dropped you. Hey, what happened? They're not coming. Like I tell you, every single minute,
Yeah.
my brain is kind of revolving to kind of solve the
How to solve the problem.
each problem.
Yeah, your problem solving does help being open-minded, because I think a lot of Hollywood producers, they don't think that way. They're not just like, oh, who can I have if I can't have Brad
because they
Pitt?
don't need that.
But-
They have the luxury. I don't. I think sometimes you have to give me some space on that.
Okay.
Because I tell you honestly, a lot of time it all depends on the producer.
So let's say you're the producer in that position, and you had the budget and everything.
Well, then
Or
here's
Jackie
the thing.
Chan.
No, here's the thing. So I'm really honest with you when it comes to this kind of critical question.
Yeah.
It's like who you have. Like, do I really want to hire Jackie Chan in my movie as a diverse, or do I hire some just regular any Chinese that know how to act?
Yeah.
It's not the same. The
So-
result is not the same.
So what would you choose? Like, if you could choose, any actor to star in your film,
Well,
like
then I
whether
would-
white, black, or Asian.
I would.
They're all great
well,
actors.
I tell you, I would. If you ask me, if
Yeah.
producer allow, the story allows,
Mm-hmm.
well, I will hire all these different, like, I will hire Jackie Chan, I will hire this white dude, this black dude, or, I would do that.
Yeah.
And to write a script like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
Like, I mean, to me, that's not hard.
That's great. So it's not just your budget constraint that has you start diversity, but you would bring that to the table.
No,
if you
because
had the
what
chance.
happened is, I know those people will
Yeah.
bring me box office number.
Yes.
So, I mean, I wouldn't mind to use those people if somehow the budget allowed. So, I think that diverse movie is nothing but you can showcase in the world that
Right.
that other people never seen white, black, Korean, whatever. So you kind of give them a chance to kind of see it's like, hey, you know what? It's not just particular kind of ethnicity.
Right.
Everybody know how to act.
Yeah. I think that's great. And I think with that, let's take a wrap or cut.
That's it for my opinion.
Okay, that's great. And thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing your opinion. I really appreciate you having us over.
We're just having fun here.
Yeah, we are. Having me over and having Colin over. Thank you, Colin, for filming.
I look at this way. When I make a dish of nice meal,
Okay.
I want to serve. I want people to enjoy. But a lot of people have a different perspective. They make a nicer piece of meal. They kind of just want to look at. So that's not my style.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Thank you. And with that, I think is that the kung fu thing? Okay.
I greet you with the moon and the sun.
Oh wow.
The moon and the sun. I take the moon and the sun. I greet you. Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.